all my lecture series of C programming. So far we have seen the introduction to the C and basic data types and variables, and what are all the operators are used in the C's, and also that the concept of functions in the last video. In today's video we are going to see about that concept of array. In that array we have several two types of an array. In today's video we are going to see about introduction to the array and types of an array. So all we know that what is a variable. Variable is nothing but it is like a container. It store the value of the given variable. So it would in the variable we can store only the single variable. So suppose we want to store the multiple values in the same variable, means we go into the concept of an array. So what is the main advantages on array is in memory utilizations. Suppose we want to use a 5 integer value in a same single variable, means we can use an array. Suppose you are using that variable, we are going to allocate the memory for the 5 variables, and also we have to store that value. So this is a very tedious task. That's why the concept of an array is implemented. So array is nothing but it is a collection of elements of same data type. That means in that array is like a multiple container. Suppose in our house we have a name it as a there is a storage box is there, that is the like an array. So in that array, so for example int a of 5 means we can store the value of 5 values in the single variable of integer type. So that is the introduction to an array. So you have a types of an array as a single dimensional array and multi-dimensional array. So what is a single or one dimensional array means the collection of data items can be stored under the one variable named using only one subscript. Such a variable is called as a one dimensional array. So the syntax of one dimensional array is data type space array name, and within square bracket we have a array size. For example, consider int space num of 5. So this statement implies that the variable name is num, the integer, that data type is an integer. So we are going to allocate that 2 bytes of each things, and num of 5 means we allocated the 5 continuous memory locations of integer type. In that initialization, this is a statement of initialization. So in that, based upon that initialization, the structure is created behind that memory. So we have a the variable name is num, and num of 0, num of 1, num of 2, num of 3, and num of 4. So we have a 5 continuous memory location of the variable name num. So for example, you are using the 32-bit processor, the integer types size is the 2 bytes. So the first location, for example, consider that the address of an starting starting index is 1000, means the next value, the next index is 1 is stored in 1002, 1004, 1006 and 1008. So this is a continuous memory locations of that say concept of implementation. So there is a one dimensional array. So in that one dimensional array, I saw for every variable or every array we have an initialization and declaration, and accessing the elements in the given variable is there. So in the terms of initializations, in the one dimensional array initialization we have two types. One is the compile time initialization, other one is the runtime initializations. So the compile time initialization means that the program itself we are going to assign the value. For example, consider we are creating the array of name a of 5 of integer type. So the one way of initializing the value is using the braces, open and close braces. We are going to continuously assign that 5 values separated by a comma. So another example is we can allocate as based upon the index. For example, in that the 0, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 values are assigned. The values are accessed using the indexed concept. So the a of 0, the 1 is stored, then a of 1, the 2 is stored, and a of 3 is 4 is stored, like that. So in the this is the one way of allocation. We are allocating the 5 variables using the brace concept. Suppose we can allocate in the using the index value. Using that index value we can allocate, for example, a of 0 1, a of 1 2, a of that is the another way of allocating the compile time initialization. Next is the runtime initialization. Means we are going to get the value from the user at the runtime. That is the runtime initializations. So using only the for loop or the using the scanf statement, we are going to allocate the value to the given array. For example, using the for you are going to allocating the 5 variable, means we can use the scanf also. Scanf of a of 0. So the a of 0 value is the user entered value is stored in a of 0. So like that, we using the scanf we can do. Otherwise, using that for loop statement also we can initialize the value of an array at the runtime. So this is the two way of initialization. I hope in this video I explained what is an array and what is the need of an array and what are all the two types of initialization of a single dimensional array. I hope you will understand. We will see in the next class of the two dimensional array in detail. Thank you.